wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Jack, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, then find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elder, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital.
Cut the music! Cut the music! We in here live. Happy Tuesday, okay? It is real out here in these swag streets. One of the most epic classics is under attack. Now, you see what I'm rocking with. Shout out to my girl Ty who made this jank from me, you know what I'm saying? So you know who I'm rocking with. I would have played a music from their band, but they don't ever play anything consistently enough to know what they play. So I didn't really have no, you know me, like I would show my representation by playing a song from the band, but the band don't really be banding. So, you know, I'ma just rock the gear, you know what I'm saying? So, you know. But that's just what it is. That's the truth. I'm still rocking with A&M in this whole scenario. But that is the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Okay, but shout out to my girl Ty for making this jank for me. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, we talking Magic City Classic. We talking over 80 something years. And it's when you get people that know business. When you get people that know business, you will no longer, I feel the spirit coming on. Okay, when you get people who know business, I say the wool. I said the wool will not cover their eyes. I just want to be very clear about that. But we're gonna break this thing down. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. And it's A&M against the world, baby. And listen, first and foremost, if you're an A&M alum, if you're an A&M person, a supporter, listen, this is gonna be the show that you want to tune in because you want to see what y'all doing. It's not too many times that I can give a SWAC administration their kudos, but today, A&M, you have a fan. So let's get into it, all right? So, you already know what it is. First thing first, got to give me something. Got to hit you with the announcements. Got to hit you with the church announcements. All right, Wealth Seminar, April 27th, all right? I say two. Let me stop. Anyway, 2 multimillionaires will be in the building, all right, for this wealth seminar, telling you things that you can do to help create wealth in the recession, how to make your money work for you, all right? This is for every level, all right, that possible. If you're good and well off, if you're not well off, if you're in the middle, it's all privy. Listen, half the battle is just knowing, okay? Half the battle is just knowing. That's half the battle right there. Okay. So here we're going to I wanted to bring them in to help you know. All right. Now, today's main topic. Okay. I should have had my little dramatic music. All right. My little dramatic music, but it is what it is. All right. So the main question is, will the Magic City Classic happen? Now, the story, if you have not read it, okay, it is in the description below. All right, both are where I'm coming from today, out of the book of internet Google search. Okay, it is in the description below. You can read both articles and get all the information. I'm gonna try to touch bits and pieces of it, and I'm gonna try to read as much as I can through it. But do your own damn research. Okay, do your own damn research. All right, but you know me, I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes. And all the young folks, y'all don't know about Cliff Notes. That was before Google. Okay, all the old heads, they probably somewhat know about the Cliff Notes. It's like in that middle era, you know what I'm saying? Like that middle era when we had like flip phones and you like were just coming into social media. Cliff Notes. Okay, I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes of the situation, and then you can go dive deeper into what it is. All right, now. This is the article that most of the information is coming from, okay? Once again, it says, Alabama A&M's new agreement demands may have dire consequences for the 2023 Magic City Classic. Come on, Fly Grace G, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You didn't want to read the whole book? Cliff Notes, okay? Cliff Notes. Do you hear me? All right. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out to you, Brandon, for understanding the days before Google, with days before Chat GPT. You know what I'm saying? These kids got everything now. You just Google it. You can literally in Google type in the math question, it'll give you the answer. I mean, we had Ask Jeeves and everything looked like an ad. Everything looked like it was about to be spam. Everything looked like it was about to give you a virus on Ask Jeeves. Man, y'all don't know. Man, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the struggle. Boy, y'all do not know the struggle. Okay? Y'all do not know the struggle. Oh, my bad. My bad. I ain't know. I thought it was a young thing. My fault. My bad. Anyway, right? So this is the article that I'm coming out of. Alabama A&M's new agreement, all right, has dire consequences to the Magic City Classic. Now, I want to show you before I get this thing rolling, because you know once I get rolling, it gets ugly. Okay. These are the past Magic City Classic payouts. Okay. Now, mind you, this thing has been going on for 80 years. 80 years, over 80 years. Magic City Classic. These are the former payouts for the last few years. All right. So 2018. Now, this is for each school. They're not splitting this. Each school got this, right? 212,000, 325, 350, 375. These are past payouts at the Magic City Classic. Now, I'm going to jump around a few classics, and you guys are, like Scotty, stay on. You know me, it's off script. God damn it. Excuse me. God dang. You know what I'm saying? I'll be jumping around and doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So bear with me as I get this thing rolling. What I'm saying to you is this, right? The only way you know your value is when you change the narrative. Huh? Okay, I'm talking to somebody in here. I'm talking to somebody. The only way you can know your value is if you change the narrative, if you change the plot, if you change the story. Right? Because if you keep riding the same wheel, if you keep down the same path, you will never know your true value. So let me bring this up. Right? This is reported by AL.com. And I read, the 2022 game was the final one played under the agreements of City of Birmingham, which owns Legion Field and Alabama Sports. All right? Skip all that. Alabama State has signed a new 4-year. Oh, this is not what I wanted to read. I am so sorry. Let me see if I got the right thing. Here we go. This is it. This is the one. My bad. That's my fault. I be rushing. All right. Historically, it has been reported that the Classic, which draws attendees throughout the week leading up to the game, right? Leading up to the game, features an expensive tailgating experience. I'm going to slow down. Has a $25 million economic impact on the region. I'm going to say it again. The Magic City Classic, see, y'all missed it. You missed it. I'm talking to somebody, but you missed it. There is no Magic City Classic without 2 HBCUs playing. I'm talking to somebody. I am talking to somebody, right? There is no Magic City Classic without those 2 institutions. But yet and still, their payouts are nowhere near the economic impact of what the city gets, right? And this is what they'll do. Let me get this together because I hate when I mess up my slides. So I'm going to reorder these junks and put them in the right order because that's really going to piss me off the whole time. All right, let me get this set up real quick. So, now mind you, how in the blue hell are you able to pay out, right? You're able to only pay out a short amount of money because you want to keep it for yourself. Now, this is what happens. And they treat you just like any university, right? They'll treat you just like how schools treat athletes. You know what they'll tell you? Oh, you get the stadium for free. We give you that for free. And you making $25 million off me. your former payouts. So let's break this down, shall we? Oh, y'all not listening. In 2018, I'll be on the small side. In 2018, a $20 million impact. In 2019, a $20 million impact. In 2020, COVID, let's take it down, a $10 million impact. Okay? In 2021, another $20 million impact. Now that's 20, 40, 60, and I took the 10. That's $70 million in 4 years. And you haven't touched $1 million in a payout. This math ain't mathing, but it's too many times in HBCUs, this shit is okay. That math ain't mathing. So they've been making millions off of you. And you've been making pennies off of them. But I tell you again, I say from the mountaintop, how can you call something the Magic City Classic? Listen. Okay, let me break it down like this. Let me break it down like this. Let me, because a lot of people, they hate when I talk bad about the SWAC in the business, and they say, "Oh, Scotty, you hating," right? I'll say it like this. Let's talk about the fight that just happened. Let's just talk about the fight that just happened, right? With Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that fight happened in Las Vegas, right? And let me see what Tank's purse was. Tank's purse. Okay, so Tank's purse was $10 million. Now, once again, the city of Las Vegas is going to get an economic impact, right? 5 million with the possibility of 10 million. You're absolutely right. It was 5 million with the 6 million. I'm sorry, 6 million with the possibility of 10 million, right? So it's 6 million. Let's say Las Vegas made $50 million off the economic impact of the fight, right? And that's on the low end, right? Mr. Cameron probably gonna jump in and say $50 million. Vegas makes that on a weekend, right? But what I'm saying to you is, at some point in time, something got to give. Something has got to give, right? Like, there has to be more income for these schools because of the economic impact. And what I will say to the schools is, in the mindset, you got to get out of tradition, right? You have to get out of tradition. Tradition has kept you in this. This is what condition has kept you in. Pennies. Pennies. Okay? Make that game a home and home and watch the city of Alabama come back and renegotiate the right way. Where you walk away with $3 to $4 million per school. Because why? They know the economic impact that you have on the city. They know it. And due to inflation, that's why every year your payout goes up. Because inflation, it's common sense. So if you start low, you're never going to get your value while they're constantly making more money based off inflation. I'm talking to somebody, but somebody ain't hearing me. You make that game a home and home until the city of Alabama does right by you. City of Birmingham does right by you. And doing right by you does not mean giving that trash-ass Legion Field to you for free. That does not mean that. It means they in good faith negotiate with you. Alabama A&M, Alabama State needs to be lock, key, and step with this, right? You go to the city of Birmingham saying, listen, man, we've been doing y'all a solid for 80 years. 80 years we've been doing you Bama's a solid. Bringing our fans, bringing our impact. And only thing you can say is you've been giving us Legion Field for free. F that. We want upgrades. We want better amenities. We want more share of the pie. Come on, man. You got to know your power. But, oh, man, y'all got somebody who do. Oh, Alabama A&M, you got somebody who do. Listen. Hey, listen. Y'all need to make shirts says, try Jesus, not the General Counsel of A&M. I say again, you need to make shirts that say, try Jesus, not the General Counsel of A&M. We not playing these games. They said no more, right? And we gonna start with this. What y'all know about it? Hey! Supermodel. This a bad girl right here. This a bad girl right here. This is the attorney of the general counsel. Her name is Rochelle Connolly. Oh, my God. One more time for Rochelle. What y'all know about it? Hey! Supermodel. What y'all know about her? Hey, supermodel. That's a bad girl. That's a bad girl. She said, we not playing these games no more. Okay? Try Jesus, not the General Counsel of A&M, okay? Not the General Counsel of A&M. Let's take it to the report of ALL.com. Okay. Now, Rochelle Connolly says in a letter to the office of Birmingham, the mayor, she wrote that the university finds unreasonable a provision in the agreement with the city restricting either school from entering into an agreement with a third party regarding the location of the Classic for 90 days following the 2026 games. She says, please forward to, this is like the professional, like get your shit together, okay? That's the professional, like get your shit together. She says, right, and I quote, please forward to my office an amend agreement with the omitted provision. Pretty much saying, take that shit off. What y'all know about it? Supermodel. She said, take that shit off. We is not doing that. Okay? She said, we will not be a part of that foolishness, okay? Oh, that's my new theme song, so Miss Rochelle. What y'all know about it? Supermodel. Hey, fresh out of Air magazine. Drop pop on bottles. Come on, Rochelle. Also, Rochelle Connolly says, regarding the ASC agreement. Now, ASC is the event company, right? So City of Birmingham gives them the facility, right? ASC is kind of like the event sponsor, like they get all the sponsorships together and everything like this. This is, I love this. I love this by Ms. Connolly. She says, regarding the ASC agreement, Connolly in a letter to Gene Hallman, the CEO of Inventive, which produces the Classic, right, including security sponsors. She says, at this time, based upon our current level of understanding, we will feel comfortable moving for a 2-year rather than a 4-year. Now, let me tell you why that is so huge, right? Because what you're not going to do is you're not going to lock my school in to a long-term agreement. We gonna go 2 years and we gonna keep this thing like, hey, y'all remember how LeBron did it when he signed with Cleveland? He was like, until y'all make sure y'all do right by me, I'm signing a 2-year, 1-year opt-out. Try Jesus, not this general counsel, right? So she's literally saying, listen, we're going to do a 2-year agreement, a 1-year opt-out. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, right? So the whole agreement is this. I got to make sure you guys are in good faith. Listen, in good faith out here doing right by my school. Doing right by my school, because what you're not going to do is you're not going to settle us into a 4-year agreement, pay us pennies, and then try to renegotiate after the 4 years. Not when I know we have a $25 million impact. Not when I know Legion Field is absolutely trash. Not when especially when I do know that without these schools, that Legion Field is nothing. City of Birmingham gets nada. City of Birmingham gets nada. So stop playing with me, right? Stop playing with me. But listen, listen, Linda. Sometimes you got to give credit what credit is due. Because let me say this. Without the president signing off on this, now mind you, she works for the president. So if Rochelle goes to President Williams, Dr. Williams, and says, hey, this is what it is, and the president says, I don't care, sign the contract anyway, now we all back in the same boat, square one. But this is what happens when you listen to people who know what the hell they talking about. And Rochelle and President Williams is a great power team. Great power team. Why? Because he's listening to his counsel, because she knows contracts. Now, he might know education. He might know everything else under the sun, but he doesn't know negotiation, right? But he doesn't know how to negotiate these contracts. So what does he do? He trusts Miss Connolly's foresight in her opinions. She gives it back to President Williams and says, hey, you do what's best for the institution. This is how you get out of tradition. This is how you get out the same old dumb shit y'all Bama's be in. This is how you change your school's economic fortunes. Because you're saying, listen, we're done playing these penny games with you. We're done doing this with you. No, you're going to give us what we're worth and keep it pushing. If not, we don't got to do it. We don't have to do it. And we won't. And we're okay with that. Because at the end of the day, the game is still going to be played with or without Legion Field. Now, there are some schools down in Louisiana, I'm not going to say no names, but if they had the same mentality, would get paid 5 times as much. I'm not going to say no names because we're not talking about those schools down in Louisiana who keep making the same dumbass deal every single year. But hey, to each his own. To each his own. But I'll tell you one thing, those schools down in Louisiana, if they came to their senses and said, hey, we want more money or we're going to make this a home and home, I bet you shit would change. But, hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Keep running the same shit. Keep running the same shit. Keep doing the same stuff. But we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about this power team right here, right? So you have to understand your leverage. That word again. Thank you, guys. That word again, leverage. Matter of fact, because a lot of people don't understand what leverage means. Let me Google. Let me give you the definition of leverage. Let me see here. Present, share screen, window, Chrome tab. All right, let me zoom in for you guys so some of you Bammers can know what leverage means. The exertion of force by means of lever or an object used in a manner. Nope, that's not a good one. Let me see leverage in business. Let's do that. All right. Nope, that's not a good one. Google let me down on that one. But leverage, right? So the leverage that A&M has, or actually both schools have, but it all depends on how you use it, right? How you then proceed to use said leverage in the situation, right? Because there is no $25 million economic impact, right? Once again, there is no $25 million economic impact without said institutions. So, listen, they don't need Legion Field. They don't need Legion Field. Alabama State and Alabama A&M could literally get a third party, set it up, and go pay for a stadium and then go reap the benefits, kind of like how the Florida Classic is, right? You can set it up just like the Florida Classic. Or yet and still, you can make it a home and home and sell out. Sell out. And, oh, God, man, I hate talking. I hate talking to y'all Bammers because y'all Bammers don't get it, man. Y'all really do not get it. You can make this game a home and home. Listen to me. Please listen to me. I just need somebody to just bear with me. You can make this game a home and home and raise the ticket prices to $75, right? $80, $90, however you want to do it. It's okay that you're not selling out a $70,000 a 70-seat stadium, which I've been told 9 times out of 10 you give the damn tickets away. Like 10 to 20,000 are given away for kids in high schools and all that stuff just to fill it up. So you're not even making money off of that, right? You make it a home and home. Alabama A&M sells out. You know the Gump gonna sell out. You know the Gump gonna sell out, right? That beautiful ass stadium, right? So you raise the ticket price to $75 to $80 and you make it a home and home. Now, what will make it more exciting is the first year the Magic City Classic goes back to being a home and home. Shit, I might put 100 on your head. I might drop 100 on your head. The first year that it goes back to being a home and home, I might drop 100 on your head. A whole bill for the tickets. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. Right? Because it is the game. It is the rivalry game. It is the game. It is no different than Alabama and Auburn. It is no different than Alabama and Auburn. You're in the same economic impact as Alabama and Auburn. And if you do not think like that, you're going to continue to put yourself behind the 8 ball. Alabama and Auburn used to be played at a neutral field, if I'm not mistaken. They have now turned that game into a home and home. They have now turned that game into a home and home. So why not make the same economic impact? All your tickets could be the same price. All your tickets could be the same price except the Magic City Classic. The Magic City Classic is $100 a ticket. All right? The Magic City Classic is $100 a ticket. So what I'm saying to you is that it's not faux pas. Get out of tradition. Get out of tradition and understand what is the better economic impact for us. What is the better economic impact for us? And let me just say this. You might not like it. You might not give a damn. But if it's good enough for Alabama and Auburn, God damn it, it's good enough for HBCUs. I'm going to just say that right now. You can get mad. You can say, Scotty, we do this differently. We do it. I don't give two shits of what you're talking about. If it's good enough for Alabama and Auburn, who are in the same damn state, that pretty much have the same economic impact, you can do the same shit for yourselves. Now put like my grandfather says, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Anyway, continuing on. Now, let me show you what tradition looks like. This is what happens when you have presidents who don't give a damn, because he probably getting a kickback. He probably getting some side money. He probably getting luxury box seats and all this crap and all this stuff. The new proposal comes in days after the presidents of two schools, as reported, said that they would keep the game at the historic stadium. Listen to what this Bama said. Our preference is to remain at Legion Field. Said, let's put that to rest. Now, listen, I have a lot of business people in my corner. Mr. Campbell, Mr. D, Mr. Bugs. I talk to people who have made millions. Okay? I'm talking about millions. What they tell me every time is, Scotty, shut up. Yo, they tell me all the time, Scotty, shut the fuck up. Like, yo, some things don't need to be said. And if you're in a negotiation and you're telling the people that you're negotiating with is like, hey, we coming back no matter what. Why would I in good faith negotiate with you? Why would I'm going to just give you the bare minimum because you coming back. You see what I'm saying? This is what is called bad business. If Quentin Ross in his back of his mind just said, hey, you know, I in his mind, talking to his wife, right? Talking to whoever, just said, hey, you know what, man, I really love to go back to Legion Field. But don't put that shit in public. Don't put it in public. Like, bro, in public you say, hey, as long as, I need to see the best. I want to see Birmingham treat us right. I want to see them come up with a great offer to keep us there. That's what business sounds like, and that's what he fails to realize. But these are the people that you're putting in place and wondering why said institution is not doing this and not doing that. Come on, man. I don't give a damn what your specialty is. Sometimes you just need people in business. What? What? How am I taking this out of context? This is quoted. Our preference is to remain at Legion Field. Let's put that to rest. Maybe, I know it's not the same article because I put both articles in there. Check the description. See, I put both articles in there. So what are we talking about? I put both articles in there. So you can always go back and read it. You can always go back and read it. But there's still no reason to say this. You can feel however you want to feel emotionally. There is no reason to put this in the atmosphere. Our preference is to stay at Legion Field. My preference is whoever pays my school the most. Y'all Bamas is super emotional. My preference It's whoever gives my school the best chance to get money. My preference is whoever gives the school the best atmosphere. That's my preference. I don't give my preference in a public statement of where I would like to be. Why? Because I know that whoever I prefer, they're going to feel like they're ahead in the negotiation. But you know what? It gets even better. It gets even better because if we're being honest, if you want to talk about the same article, and I'll bring it up, and I'll happily bring it up since we got time today, because I got it. Because I read. Since y'all want to be emotional about it, we can get there. Let's take it there. I got time today. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. Y'all, listen, y'all right in my wheelhouse. Y'all ain't said nothing but a word. Play with your mom, not me. Here we go. What does this say? I just, let's read together, shall we? Let's read together, shall we? It says the 2020 game was the final one played under the agreements of the city of Birmingham, which owns Legion Field. After more than 5 months of arduous testing and times tenuous negotiation, Alabama State has signed a new 4-year agreement with both entities that will provide each school with $1.2 million, by far the highest history in the event. Now, my question to you is this. It was good enough for Alabama State, but A&M is saying, hey, there are problems. There are still problems in this contract. So it's good enough. So for 20, I need to get this straight. I really need to get this straight because this is about to be really funny to me. If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I do not mind being corrected. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The Alabama State and Jackson State game. If I'm mistaken, I believe somebody told me it made an $8 million impact to Montgomery. If I'm not mistaken, please somebody can call in, somebody can put in the chat and say, Scotty, you're definitely wrong. But from what rumors, this is all hearsay. I hadn't seen no article, but from people I've talked from Alabama State, they said, Scotty, they said it should have been okay. Thank you. 2.5 million, right? Thank you. My bad. 2.5 million. Now, you made a $2.5 million impact in Montgomery. And let's just say you probably came away with over $1 million. And you're going to take, and you feel like $1.2 million is good enough for see, you in my warehouse now. You in my play. You gonna play. Let's play. If you gonna play, let's play. If you want to play, I'm here. Let's play. You're okay with taking a $1.2 million impact, and you made that for homecoming. You made that at homecoming, and that's not even raising the ticket prices. That's not even raising the ticket prices. You probably did the same old stupid ass, we're going to sell it for $50, $60. You didn't even raise the ticket prices. So you probably could have made more playing Jackson on the rematch at home with Prime. You probably could have easily walked away with $2 million if you just raised the ticket prices like some smart people. But I could bet my bottom dollar you didn't. So you're okay with taking a $1.2 million impact when you've brought a $25 million impact, but in the same token, you've given the city of Montgomery a $2.5, $3 million impact and probably walked away with $1 million. That's wow. That's wow. That's wow. Once again, sir, you're in my wheelhouse. How this works is this. Let me show you. Cause y'all think y'all know, but y'all don't. Let me help you out, sir. Let me help you out. Where is it at? Here we go. All right, let me help you out because y'all think y'all know, but y'all don't. Okay, let me help you out. It says, per the agreement, the city of Birmingham would pay universities $500,000 each over the term. Now, the reason it comes to $1.5 million is because Jefferson County, right, ASC right here. ASC pays $700,000 and the city of Birmingham pays $500,000. That's how you get to $1.2 million. All right. I got you, Paris. Let me get that real quick. Hold on. Let me get to I don't have my other one pulled up. Let me get that going real quick. Y'all about to be all up in my business, right? Let me click this link real quick. What you talking about, P? Oh, thank you, Paris. You so awesome. Thank you so much. Here we go. Oh my God. What is this? Oh my goodness. Oh, what does that say right there? Thank you, Paris. Thank you, Paris. What does that say right there? The final numbers show $4.2 million. Economic impact. Economic impact. Come on, man. Y'all got to be smarter. Y'all out here handing degrees, but y'all moving real stupid. Y'all out here handing out degrees and moving real stupid. Right? So let's go back. Let's go back. It says right here, ASC pays you $700,000. The city of Birmingham is only paying you $500,000. Now let me get this straight. Bevel, right? Let me get this straight. Bevel. Let me get this straight. Bevel, right? Because, and the reason I'm bringing up economic impact, right? It's not for, listen. Okay, let me explain. Y'all, okay. Let me explain it for everybody. The reason I'm bringing up economic impact is because the city of Birmingham is the one that pays you. I'm going to say that again. The city of Birmingham is making money off the economic impact of the game. So why are they only paying you $500,000? That is my issue. Now, you can say, Scotty, it's taxes, they're hotels or whatever. You should be getting a cut of all that. You should be getting a cut of all that. There should be, if you have an official hotel in the city of Birmingham for A&M alums or whatever, for the hosting or blocking out rooms or whatever, you should be getting a cut of that. You should be getting a cut of all the money spent on that weekend somehow, some way, right? Because if you can if you can calculate the economic impact of 25 million, how much of that taxes goes back to the city of Birmingham? Okay? So what I'm saying to you is that with the economic impact of 25 million, that the city of Birmingham should be paying you more than $500,000. It's that simple. If the city knows that when these two schools touch down, that the economic impact is going to be $20 to $30 million, how does the city of Birmingham not pay you more than $500,000? I'm not talking about the event company, right? Because the event company is probably getting paid, and they probably get they probably get a percentage of the commission of the sponsorship dollars that they get, right? Because if we want to be honest, if you really want to get nitty gritty into it, is that if this became a home and home, and you had your own sponsorship dollars, because literally all you would do is flip it, right? So if you had Alabama Power, which I believe is a sponsor of the Magic City Classic, right? They could sponsor, let's say the first game. Let's go hypothetical real quick. Let's stay with me. Let's say hypothetically, right? Because this can happen, right? This can happen. Let's say hypothetically, Alabama State is the first one to do a home and home, right? Alabama Power could be the sponsorship of that game. They can. They could be the sponsor of the game, right? You pay, instead of having the promoter, it's because that's all you're doing is having a promoter. There's still a conference, and nothing changes. Nothing changes. You still have the games playing. It still can be called the Magic City Classic. The only thing that changes is you're taking out a third party and exerting yourself. So instead of Alabama Power paying, right, the third party promoter, you and Alabama A&M split the sponsorships. You get all, so Alabama State would get all the ticket sales, but they would split the sponsorships, right? Because the sponsorship is sponsoring the game. So we'll split the sponsorships, but Alabama State keeps all the ticket revenue. 1147 coming to you.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Man, I'm glad you covering this topic. And we've been going through this for years in the state of Alabama. We've been debating this. Why do we got Bruno's Gene? His name's Gene Hallen. Why is he the middleman in what we got going on? We don't need him to sponsor us, but he is the middleman, and it comes from, it's the Bruno family. The Bruno's family owned a bunch of grocery stores in the state of Alabama. It's more political than anything. The city is in cahoots with Bruno's. They won't let them go for political reasons. So I think Dion touched on this one time. You know how you wash your hand and another wash your hand? That's what's going on.
Yeah.
So, hey man, thank you for touching this topic though.
No problem, man. Appreciate the call as always. Thank you so much. Now, see, that's where it gets, and I'm glad he called in, right? And listen, if you don't agree, you can happily call in. That's why it's a call-in show. That's why it's a live call-in show. Guys, I need you guys to understand the crux of what I'm saying to you, right? Oh, Jesus freaking Christ. You can literally the game, all the promoter is doing is taking the conference game and moving it to Legion Field. And the event coordinator is the one that helps with the security. The stadium is free. Oh, Jesus freaking Christ. Most promoters, most third-party promoters actually pay for the stadium, or they get a better rate. So if the stadium is $500,000, the event coordinator might know that guy. They've had enough business dealings, so they might get it for $300,000, right? Or $250,000. The event coordinator is not even paying for the stadium. The city of Birmingham already told you that we'll give you the stadium for free. So half the battle is gone right there. Each school has a contract for the. You're absolutely right. Each school has a dealing with the contract, right? Each school has a contract for the Magic City Classic. There is no one-all fits deal. But I will tell you this: you can't have the Magic City Classic one without the other. You can't have a Magic City Classic if one agrees and one doesn't. So at the end of the day, that's why the head title, Bevel, is Alabama A&M's new agreement demands have dire consequences. Have dire consequences. Why? Because in the same article, they say the longer this holds out, the harder it is to get sponsorships to commit. Why? Because one, the contract is shorter. They're trying to, Alabama A&M wants a shorter contract. They don't want the 4-year agreement. They want the 2-year agreement. Right? But if they're not agreeing to that, and the closer the season comes, the less likely they're going to get sponsorships. Because we all know how businesses work. They have money in certain quarters. Hey, this is quarter 3 money. This is quarter 4 money. All that type of stuff. So it all comes back to doing great business. But let me break it down in the smallest of ways. And I want to say this. I want to bring up what Dr. Wilm says. Let me show you what somebody who understands business. This is what President Wilm said about the difference between the stadiums. He said, there are several things that have worked out before it comes to a final conclusion. It's not a simple process, but it is our intent to try to maintain the 8-year plus tradition in Birmingham, at least for the next few years at Legion Field. And I think we both can agree. It's our intent, right? It's our intent means we gonna try. But it's not the same. It's our preference. It's our intent. All right? It is our intent to try to make this work. But it's not our preference. It's little words. It is little words. Okay? It's little things. It's not our, let it rest. It's our preference. That is literally like, hey, we're done. Like we want to make sure this works. All right? But when you have the other president saying, oh, it's our preference, let it rest, there's no room. There's no room. It's just like when you're in business negotiations, it's little things like that. I don't believe they do. I definitely don't believe they do. I can't answer that question. That's a good question. Somebody in the chat could probably answer that for you. But I want to say this, right? A&M. And this is and I want to go back to this power team, okay? I want to go back to this power team. Shout out to Miss Rochelle.
What y'all know about a supermodel?
All right? Let me say this. I want to be very clear. Get everything you want. Please do not fold because of the simple fact of people want to see this game in Legion Field. Okay? I beg of you all. Do not sign this paperwork just because people are stuck in tradition. Do not sign off on things that you do not want because people want to see this game played. That does not make money. people wanting to go to Birmingham to see this game does not make you money. Because you don't get the ticket sales. You get the payout. The promoter gets the ticket sales, right? You get what you negotiate. That's how a contract works. You get what you negotiate. Please, Miss Rochelle, please, President Williams, do not sign this contract unless you get every single thing you wanted. If they raise the ticket prices, they would make $1.2 million in their sleep. If you let me go back to that Alabama State thing, right? Alabama State Stadium holds. Okay, so let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. It says the attendance eclipsed 31. Okay, so this is what happened at my bad. Hold on, my bad. Let me get myself out the way. All right. This is what they got at homecoming, right? Now, mind you, that they do that in Birmingham and they sleep. Right? They do that in Birmingham and they sleep. That's what they tell me. So 31,000 people. All right. I'm gonna go the low end, right? If the tickets start at $100, because mind you, Alabama State has luxury suites. Okay, let me say this. Alabama State has luxury suites. Now, I don't know if Alabama State giving them junks away, because you know HBCU business, they do real shady stuff. All right, they be giving seats away and promotional seats. So let me go on the low end, right? I'm gonna just go on the low end. I'm gonna say $25,000 at $100. That's the bare minimum. If every seat in the stadium was $100, that is $2.5 million. If you start, listen, if you sell 20,000 tickets at $100 and students, so you got to raise the prices. Okay? So you got to raise the prices. If you're, once again, 6K students get in free. That's cool. All right. Take 6K off that 31. That leaves you 25,000 or 20,000. So you got, dog, you guys are so, oh my gosh, man. Listen. Okay. Listen, let me, okay. Because y'all really think y'all are smart. Y'all are dumb as shit, right? Here we go. You've already done if you take the expenses for homecoming, that could be your floor. Okay? Listen to me. Because y'all think y'all know shit, but y'all don't. Y'all dumb as rocks, right? If you take the expenses of your homecoming game, right? That is the floor. You're like, okay, this could be the floor of where our expenses are at. Okay? So now we have a budget of mind of what our expenses are. Secondly, if you raise the prices, which you didn't do at homecoming, you have now increased your income. So if the homecoming prices were $50 to $60 and you've raised the prices to $100, you now have a $40 increase in every ticket, not including concessions. So you're going to make extra money. So what are we talking about right now? You raise the ticket prices. You already got concessions. You use your homecoming as your expense floor. You're still going to come out with you're going to walk away with at least $1 million. You're going to walk away with at least $1 million if you raise the ticket prices. Easy money. Smash, coming to you.
Well, Scotty, coming from a person that, comes from the Southern University and loves the Bayou Classic in New Orleans, I don't think that changing it and visiting the option is a bad idea at all. No way. You know what I'm saying? When I said, I just thought about a Magic City Classic at A&M, a Magic City Classic at fucking in Huntsville. That would be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that it's okay to visit the conversation. Just to give it a try and see what would it fucking hurt. I'm thinking like by Bayou Classic in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, I know for sure that should go stupid as a motherfucker at our stadium. And if we need a spot for another band, we have the River Center right downtown that cost a fraction of the cost of the Superdome cost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just visiting the conversation and just trying something different for a year, you know what I'm saying? Go back and forth to see if it will work. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. Like, I think they just need to look at it and see how it go. And I think it'd be fine. They may make more money, like you said. They definitely may make more money. But I know for sure, like, you had to just factor in stuff like how much the city gonna charge you for this extra security and stuff like that. And if you still coming out cheaper than what you coming, I think we got a solution. Or I don't miss that money. So I at least. Yeah, home and home and see how it can work. And if it don't work, just go your ass back. You know what I'm saying?
You just go back. You just simply go back. You know, listen, Smash, my issue is this, man. This is why I can't stand ninjas, right? They had no problem getting these weak ass payouts for the last 4 years that probably Alabama State makes on their let me go back to these payouts. They were making these weak ass payouts for the last 5 years, right? Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden, I'm telling you, you could probably make $1 million just doing a home and home, and now people want to act like I'm crazy. You had no problem taking $200,000 in 2018. You had no problem taking $300,000 in 2019. You had no problem taking $350 in 2020. But now I tell you, if you take the game back to your home, you can make $500,000 on your own turf. Now people want to act like I'm speaking gibberish. It's crazy to me. Go ahead, Smash.
And it was crazy. Just looking, I'm traveling to school still currently as we speak. And I was at Norfolk last week, and they told me something that they did a few years ago, because a lot of people just come to the homecoming, they come to the tailgate, they block off the whole campus and make everybody pay for a game ticket just to get in the tailgating experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you never know the possibilities that you possibly could put in place just by having it on campus. Now, I know traffic and shit gonna be ridiculous. I'm just thinking about it at all 4 of these schools, even Bama State and A&M. But I think it'll be something, like I said, just try it out for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It could be fire. You know one thing, you're going to sell that bitch out. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to sell it out.
Standing room only. You're
going to sell it out. It's simple as that. You're going to sell it out. Crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. So I commend the lady on the staff, over the lady and the president, for at least acknowledging that, because we need more people like this at these universities that actually gonna say, hold up, this don't sound right. You know?
Absolutely.
But, you know, Scott, it's coming from me. That's my time, Scotty.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, Smash.
Mm.
Hey, Bridges, coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What's up, Scotty? How you doing, bro?
What's goody?
Good. My thing is this, Scotty. Most of the people have yearly budgets when they do stadium. So it won't cost that much to buy extra food and have an extra staff for 1 day. That's the extra budget we talking about, and lights.
Come on.
That's three things. That's 3 things, Scotty. Lights, food, and staff. And half of your staff is probably students and people working on campus, so they already getting damn paid. So what are we really talking about? Lights?
Come on.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like you said, Scott, a lot of people is getting degrees that they don't need to get degrees. Y'all need to be working at Burger King somewhere because y'all don't understand this stuff. Well, that's well, these Bama show is different, Scotty, but that's my time.
Oh, man, appreciate the call, Bridges. Boy, you stupid. All right, man, appreciate it. Oh, man, my guy. Let's go, BJ. Talk to me. BJ.
Man, what up, Scotty?
What's goody, man? Talk to me.
Oh, man, you got them upset today, huh? Man, look, I've always said, and I've always gotten, clap back from Alabama State and Alabama A&M people when I said this. I was like, man, y'all need to go home 2 years. When the reason I feel like the two schools keep getting lowball because the city and the county know that there's no threat of you leaving, right? So if I know you ain't gonna leave, I'm negotiating, but I ain't really negotiating. You know what I'm saying? You gonna take what I want you to have because you ain't got no other option. All right, and I think that's what the Birmingham City Council believes. I think that's what the people formerly of Bruno's believe. And I think that's why the schools keep getting these low ball numbers. And I understand. All right. My family is Alabama A&M and Alabama State all day. I understand the importance of the Magic City Classic. I understand the impact on both schools. Both schools' student population is probably about 30% from the Birmingham metro area. So I understand the significance of what it means there. I mean, but if they play hardball with you, at some point you got to play hardball. And I mean, me and you, we were sitting in the Magic City Classic. What was it, 2019? We were sitting in the press box.
The COVID year, so 2020, I believe.
That's COVID. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was COVID year. So 21.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, man, Legion Field, they're not going to upgrade it. I feel like when you have a game like this of this magnitude, I'm with Alabama A&M. Man, either move us to Progressive, the new stadium, or just say the hell with it, man. Because, man, Legion Field looks bad. And I understand the tailgate, and I understand that. But you ain't getting a damn dime from tailgate. Like, neither school's getting a dime from tailgate.
Come on.
And I think, honestly, man, you got to ask yourself, man, what's important? Like, I understand the tradition, I understand it, and I know that makes people mad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the game day atmosphere would be better at Progressive. Number one, you get rid of all the damn comp tickets. All right? You reduce the crowd a little bit, but you make the game atmosphere better because you eliminate those folks that just walking around that want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Turn that mug into a real football game atmosphere, and it's going to be a lot better, at Progressive, a newer stadium surrounded by more stuff what people are able to do as opposed to, man, having it at Legion Field. And when me and you was there, what happened in the second half, Scotty? Because it was a tight game. Man, what happened in the second half of it? That motherfucker cleared out.
Was gone.
All right? You know what I'm saying? Cleared out. People went right back to the tailgate. So I think, that's my opinion. But at the end of the day, man, Alabama A&M and Bama State folks, hey, whatever floats your boat, but it's just one man's opinion over here.
Let me ask you this quick question, BJ. Would you be opposed to raising the ticket prices for that game? You know what I'm saying? Because it's such a big game, it's such a big classic. You know what I'm saying? Maybe going to $80 at the bare minimum, and then going up to $100 for like premium seats. In the 50. Because to me, it's like this. They do it at every other program. And to me, I'll say Power 5. I won't speak on every FCS program because I can't speak for them. But for most Power 5 games, if they're playing big time games, that price is going up. So why is it that? Go ahead.
I'm going to say this because I just got into an argument with somebody about this weekend, like one of my family members. People have gotten conditioned to paying $20 and $25 for a classic ticket. I'm just saying, that's the condition. I'm going to be honest with you. I know people that in their damn 40s that have been going to classic all their life and they never paid for a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Every year they catch somebody who hey, ain't your son marching the band so-and-so? Hey, what they going to do with this ticket? Yeah, let me get that. You know what I mean? So people are conditioned, unfortunately, to pay $20, $25 for a classic ticket. Hell, you go to the right place and the right sale, you get them for $10 or $15. And I think if you raise that price, those people that are conditioned to paying that $20, $25, go say the hell with it. And they just go tailgate. And that's just being honest with you. There's a lot of people on both sides of the aisle when the Alabama A&M I'm just gonna be honest with you. They ain't paying it if it go up to $55 or $60. That's just being real. So that's kind of the downside. You know what I'm saying? In theory, that sounds good. But if you raise that ticket up to a certain price, there are people that, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not gonna pay it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the classic ticket should be the most expensive ticket on either team's schedule.
Yeah,
but it's not.
But I think that's a bad mindset, and this is why I say this, right? Because I look at it like, and I love this. Neiman Marcus said this. Neiman Marcus said, "Hey, we're going to stop with the Neiman Marcus outlets, and we're just going to keep our premium section," right? So they're literally like, if you can't afford it, it ain't for you. That's their mindset. If you can't afford it, it ain't for you. So instead of me having to sell 5 $20 tickets, I can sell, I replace 5 people for 1 person. So the money is, it still comes in, right? So if I get 2, it kind of reminds me of the NBA of the 3 and the 2, right? Why do people want the 3? Because 3 is more than 2. So when you score 2 buckets, if you score 2 layups and I score 2 threes, I'm at 6, you at 4, right? So if I sell 2 $80 tickets, I'm at 160. If you sell 2 $20 tickets, you at 40. It's not the same.
Yeah. Man, you remember we did this. We talked about this, and we had Travis Jerome on.
Yeah.
When I did this on Spaces, formerly of Alabama State, that's South Alabama now. He said the biggest problem with the Magic City Classic
can I get tickets?
That's the biggest problem. Comp tickets, the percentage of comp tickets compared to actually tickets sold compared to other classics is, and that explains why the payouts are low. And I think that you got a lot of people in the business, you got a lot of people in other places that so used to be getting these comp tickets, and I don't really know their ties and the politics of the schools that will, but I know that the people that's doing negotiating know it, and they know who need what, when, and where, and that's why the negotiating is going the way that it's going. So I said, man, if I'm Alabama State, if I'm Alabama A&M, I draw a line in the sand and just say, fuck it, let's go on the home, for 2 years, and let's see, once we do that, do they think that we're serious now? Because right now these people know that you're not serious.
That is what it is, man. Hey, appreciate the call, BJ, as always, man.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Hey, listen, I think that model works, right? In the volume model, that model works if you don't have a brand, right? The reason that the volume worked is because they were trying to, like, it's no different than, okay, I'll give you a good example. Blue Magic, right? In the in 0265, I promise I'm gonna get to you. Stay with me, all right? In the Blue Magic, in the American Gangster movie, Denzel Washington undercuts his competition, and he has the best product on the market, so it floods with money. So you were charging 40, I'm charging 20, and I got everybody coming to me because I got the best product, right? That works when you're trying to establish yourself. When you're trying to establish yourself, that works, right? So I got the same, I'm competing with Nike. I got the same quality. I got this, but Nike selling their shirt for 60. I'm selling my shirt for 25 or 20, right? Because I'm trying to find a market space. That arguments gets thrown out the window, in my opinion, when you have a market share, when you know you have an audience, when you know you have people that are willing to come and pay. If people are willing to pay $200 to $300 for a flight, they're willing to pay $200 to $300 for a hotel, you're telling me they can't pay $80 for a ticket? I'm sorry. And as long as you keep setting a low standard and a low bar for yourself, the more that people are going to be okay with it. The more people are going to be okay with it. And I would tell you this, the best time you should have raised ticket prices is when Jackson State was jumping around home game to home game. That's when I'm telling y'all, man, y'all Bamas don't know freaking business. When Deion was in the city and Alabama State played them for homecoming, them tickets should have been out the wazoo. Should have been out the wazoo. But it is what it is. All right, 0265 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, Scotty. First of all, I want to agree with BJ. I think you guys are hitting the nail dead on the head. Home at home will work. I will also say this: with home at home, with those funds coming in from the home at home, it actually can go back to the campuses to improve the campuses to make the facilities even better.
Absolutely.
So you can continue to have classes. So, like I always say when I call into the show, do you want to see these conferences in schools do better? You got to change the leadership at the school, man. That's it. Bad business is just a reflection of the bad leadership we have on the campuses.
It is. I agree. I absolutely agree. And once again, man, you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to watch it differently. Oh, man, thank you, God. It's real funny to me. This is so funny to me, right? You guys beg for TV. You're not on TV, right? You guys beg for cheaper. Like everything that you do, everything in this mindset in HBCU is mediocrity. It's the definition of me. Like I now I understand why a lot of you say we do more with less, because you don't ask for more. You don't expect more. You don't expect more. You don't strive for more. You $20. Am I going to get headaches? Am I going to get no parking? Am I going to get no food? Am I going to get bad accommodations? What am I going to get for my $120? Because the way people's mind work is this: is the value worth the price? Really? I'm frozen? Am I back? Oh, okay. All right, so is the value worth the price? Right? That's how it happens. That's how this works, right? So when you're asking for $120, when you're asking for, oh, Scotty, why are you doing this? Or Scotty, why are you doing that? Appreciate y'all. All right. Why are you doing this or why are you doing that? It's like, what am I getting for the value? So if you raised it to $80, what people are going to say is, oh, you've raised the price. That means you've raised your standards. You've raised the price. That means you've raised expectation. You've raised accommodations. You raised facilities. You've raised. It's hard to charge somebody $80 when you can't even swipe your card. Everything got to be in cash. It's hard to charge people $80 when it takes 2 hours to get a hot dog. It's hard to charge people $80 where it takes you an hour to find parking. It's hard to charge people $80 when everything's a mess. Everything it's 2 hours to get into the stadium. See, that's the issue. When you raise prices, that means you have to you have to upgrade your expectation. You have to raise your standard. You have to raise your customer service, and you don't want to do that. 3363 coming to you. Hey, call to you live.
What's up, Scotty, man?
What's up?
All right, check this out, right? You're dropping gems again, but here's the thing, though, bro. What you are talking about right now is the reason why people rather go to these promoters. What you're talking about requires us to actually sit down and think, and actually requires us to actually sit down and think from a business perspective. Personally, I don't mind paying $120 plus towards ball game because, one, it's the ball game itself. You're going to pay it no matter what.
Yeah.
Because because at the end of the day, you are putting the money back into the schools where it belongs. And speaking about schools for a second here, this question I asked in the chat, because no one's responded yet. When was the last time those schools have raised their athletic fees? Because that might actually help bring some money in as well. Because that's another way to raise, help bring revenue from the students. Because even though students are complimentary, if you raise the athletic fee, you're still bringing money in. So you're still helping it out regardless. I still think that we are trying to do do things. We are still trying to do things on the low end. And I think the comment that you put up there about it's a freakniks party, stuff like that, if that's what your mindset is, then do not complain about getting messed over. Do not say people are trying to lowball you. Do not say people are trying to take advantage of you. And BJ Jones said it best. If they know what you're going to do, they have no reason to negotiate. They have no reason to make anything better because they know that you want to come back anyway because you prefer party over bullshit. Or my bad, party and bullshit. You prefer
like.
just saying.
I said that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's all they want, man. They just want to have a good time. And also people don't understand, and see, it's not about punishing students. It's about investing in your universities. Because some of our schools have not raised their athletic fees in over 10 years. That's a conversation that needs to be had. How come you're not taking care of your own business ventures like that? And by the way, and I'm going to get back to this point. I went to the FCS title game a few years back in the spring. Standing room tickets, $120.
Woo! You said,
not an empty seat in the house.
You said standing room tickets?
$120. SRO, standing room only, $120. Not an empty seat in the house.
Shit. Jesus Christ. Okay.
And that's for a neutral site game. I'm willing to bet any kind of money. And you put my quote up earlier about the NDSU tickets going for $150. And guess what? All that's profit. If they know that a rivalry game is coming, you'll be prepared to pay that money because that's just an expectation. That's just what you have to do.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, JB, as always.
No problem.
Listen, first of all, you're not going to talk a contract in the middle of a negotiation. Right? That's usually how it works. Like if you're in the middle of a negotiation, you're not going to talk about a contract. The whole thing about it, and Rocky, I'm going to get to you. The whole thing about it to me is this, right? You guys are over here, like the Magic City Classic has the best bus system ever. And the stadium is garbage. Who the freak cares? Oh my God, the Magic City Classic has the best shuttle system ever. And the stadium is ass. It is absolutely ass. The priorities. Jesus. Like, I'm like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, you can't make this stuff up, bro. You cannot make this stuff up. You can't. That's just wild. That's wild to me. Something got to be good because it damn sure ain't the stadium. You get what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? Oh my God. I mean, the shuttle system was absolutely A1 amazing to a trash ass stadium. Got it. Rocky, coming to you. What's up, Rock?
Hey, what's up, my brother? Hey, man, I just like, I understand with, keeping the prices makes it more accessible. You get a bigger crowd and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, bargain shoppers are what kills business, right? Because they want the most for the least. And when you end up in those situations, you can't put money into improving the experience when you're always worried about keeping the price down. The reason why they can give you Legion Field, because nobody's coming to it if the Magic City Classic isn't there. So that's not even a value. And the other thing too, man, and I'll just say this, right? And you talking about raising prices or whatever. At the end of the day, raising prices works out for everybody in the long run for a good product. Meaning that the customer, yeah, he has to pay more, but he generally gets a better product for a higher price, a better customer experience for a higher price, a better support for a higher price, just an overall better experience. And here's the reality is, once you raise the price and the expectation raises, then the whole marketplace benefits. That means that if A&M and Alabama State starts getting prime dollar for their classics, then Jackson State and all the other schools
they're gonna start raising
prime price.
They're gonna start raising their prices. They're gonna start raising their prices.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's like y'all in a conspiracy
to
keep the price down
to ultimately rob your schools that you love so much. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm gone, bro.
Hey, appreciate it, Rocky. Let me say this, man. You know what's funny to me? What's really funny to me, and you guys, and I don't, and this is the thing for me, right? And I'm gonna say this. Life. This is how this and 5114. I promise I'm gonna get to you. Stay with me, right? This is how behind the times HBCUs are, right? Okay. When I was growing up, I could go to the ice cream man, and for $1, I could get a pickle, I could get a bag of chips, and I could get a soda. Right? That was probably back in like 1995, maybe 1999, 99, 98. I could get all that with a bag of chips. With $1. My mom would give me $1, I'd give me a pickle, I'd give me a soda, and I could give me a bag of chips. Now I send my kids to the ice cream man with $1, they might get a soda. They might get a soda. That's it. Right? Everything in your life has gone up. Jordans have gone up. Gas has gone up. Milk has gone up. Eggs has gone up. Everything, rent has gone up. Everything in your life has gone up, but HBCU football tickets. Somebody make that make sense to me. Somebody make that make sense to me. Everything in life has gone up based off inflation other than HBCU football tickets. Now, anybody in financial services will tell you this. Anybody in financial services will tell you this. It's called the rule of 72. How much interest do I need before my money doubles? Right? It's called the rule of 72. So I ask you all this. How can everything else go up except the prices for your game? Your bills have gone up. Your tuition has gone up. Everything about your school has gone up, but the ticket prices. Your tuition has gone up from the 80s. Nobody had a problem with that. The books that you pay for has gone up. Nobody has a problem with that. But as soon as you decide to raise your funds on your tickets, everybody wants to scream, hallelujah, oh my God, you're trying to break our pockets. But these are the same schools handing out degrees. These are the same schools handing out degrees in business. And they won't raise prices. I want it to be a home and home. Todd, to answer your question, I want it to be a home and home. 5114 coming to you. Hey, calling you live. 5114 calling you live.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, this is Jay, man, from Alabama. Now, me personally, I'm an Alabama State grad. I grew up in Montgomery. I grew up around Classic. For all my Alabama State, Alabama A&M folks, we've been said this years ago. If Alabama Auburn can do it, we can do it too. You see, when they lose the Iron Bowl from home, them folks make killing on money in their Kansas every year, whether it's in Tuscaloosa, whether it's Auburn. If you've never been to Tuscaloosa, Auburn, they are way smaller than Montgomery and Huntsville. They got folks staying in Montgomery and Birmingham hotels and driving to those cities during game day.
Man, listen, Blue told me there ain't shit in Tuscaloosa. That's what Blue said. Blue said, Scotty, there ain't shit in Tuscaloosa.
It's not, bro. It's not. Some folks stay in Birmingham. And when they have an Auburn, they folks stay in Montgomery. They ain't enough hotel stuff. Them cities are not that big. So y'all can keep with that. I'm a business-minded person. I graduated Birmingham State with a business degree. I know mathematically, that's only adding up. And you talking about the shuttle? Yes, I love the shuttle system in Birmingham. They did good at it, but the same stuff can apply for Montgomery and Huntsville.
With proper planning.
And guess what? Both campuses and the city will get more money out of it if they combine their resources. because the both of them gonna win. The city gonna win. The campus gonna win. You can't get mad at it. But like somebody said, traditionally, yeah, people want to party and tailgate because Birmingham has got no space. You got no clubs, strip clubs, all that. They just want to do that because ain't much to do in Montgomery and Huntsville. I got friends that went to A&M and family.
Hold on.
We both know both our cities.
Hold on.
Ain't got much.
What? I like Huntsville. Huntsville. Hold up. Listen, Huntsville got a lot out of most cities that I've been to. Right, Jackson, like Jackson and Tallahassee. You got Jackson, Tallahassee, and Baton Rouge. Right, so those are like the three juggernauts. But Huntsville is right there. Like they got Walmart, they got multiple restaurants, they got multiple little lounges, they got a lot of stuff. Like they got a lot of food places. Like I don't know what people are talking about. I like Huntsville. And matter of fact, there's a Waffle House right across the street from. I think like a Checkers, like right diagonally. I love that Waffle House. I go there every single time I go to a Huntsville game or anything in Huntsville. I go to that Waffle House. Like the waitresses are lovely. They're nice. I love Huntsville. Now I hate the 5-hour drive, but I love Huntsville.
Yeah, I get that, and I've been on Huntsville before. So I'm like, I don't see what people talking about. It's actually nice, but I guess because the distance. Because really, if you think about Alabama, it's in Normal, which is like right up the road from Huntsville, but still we call it Huntsville for A&M anyway because it's like really up the road. Yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like if both schools will do home to home at least for 2 years, you'd be surprised how much money both the city and the campus will make.
You got
a lot of money.
You got to do it. You got to just do something. You got to shake it up, man. You got to shake it up.
And raising season prices. Come on, man. I didn't work with Alabama ticket office booth for like during mailing and stuff. You know how much a season ticket costs for Alabama for a good, decent seat? You almost paying $1,000.
Ooh, wow.
And bro, Alabama, I'm a season ticket holder. You know how much I pay for a good seat by the band or something? I say for a good season ticket, I pay $250 for a whole home games. And I don't blame about paying that because that's good. It's reasonable, and I get good seats. But for Alabama, for that same price, you gonna pay at least $1,000. So people kidding me. Like, raise the price a little bit ain't gonna hurt because you really want to be at the game, you gonna pay it.
Absolutely, man.
That's when you got that moment like we ain't got money. Trust me, y'all got money because y'all pay that same money. Pay $150 to sit way up in the Raptors in Alabama Auburn game. So kill me with that.
Kill him with it. Thank you, sir. Be honest. Be honest to shame the devil. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the call. Listen, man. Let me say this, okay? Because I think a lot of you guys are missing it, right? Let me tell you, this is for you, Ty. Let me tell you how Scotty would run the Magic City Classic, right? How I would run the Magic City Classic is this. I would go to 2 hotels, right? I would make those like the hotel for the school, right? Kind of how FAMU and Jackson State does for the OBC. I would go to 2 hotels and I would say, hey, I'm trying to do this. I would like a percentage of all the sales, right? Come up with a contract. We'll do that, right? So I'd knock that out. I would go with the city. I would see how we can like get shuttles from the hotel to the game. I would ask the cops if there's any way that we could like how the traffic will flow and understanding traffic flow. Cause you know, Huntsville has that 2 street lane, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing it from Huntsville. Okay. Cause I haven't been to Montgomery. I've been to Montgomery, but I haven't attended a game at Montgomery. So I'm talking about, this is from Huntsville, right? So Huntsville, like right by A&M has that two street lane, and they have that 2 street lane there, right? What I would ask the cops, and I would ask, hey, can we block off one of the 3rd lanes in the opposite direction and make that like a expressway, right? So if anybody's been to A&M, you have the 2 road right by the stadium, by the new stadium, right? And then you have a 2 lane going the other way. I would ask the city, could we block off that 3rd lane, right? That's closer to the city, that's closer to the stadium, and make that an expressway for season ticket holders and for the shuttle, right? Because you don't want to be waiting in traffic as a shuttle, right? So I would, yes, right? So I would make that an easy passway. So if you got a season ticket holder and you got the little season ticket holder thing, or if you're VIP or whatever, right? I would try to see if I can make. It's not really that tricky, Todd, because you know in Huntsville they have the median space, right? So they got like, it'll be like grass, median space, grass, median space. So what you do is one of the medians, you block it off, right? You'll block it off with cones, right? So you would cone it down and then turn it into the stadium. That's pretty much what you would do because they already blocked the entrance for the stadium, right? So it's not the whole street, just that avenue, right? So when you're coming down that 2-lane, there'll be somebody right there for the express. You just shoot over, boom, you make it happen. All right, so that's it. That's for that, right? Now, ticket prices raised. Got to raise the ticket prices. This is what I would do for tailgating. If you're a season ticket holder, your tailgating is included for the Magic City Classic, right? If you're not a season ticket holder, tailgating for the Classic opens the week of the game. So let me give you an example, right? So if you're a tailgater and every other game, it's $100 or whatever, blah, 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 blah. For the Magic City Classic, that tailgating is only allowed for season ticket holders if you want to be part of tailgating. If you're just a tailgater, that price is going to go through the roof. I'm talking about $400 to $500 to tailgate. Because why? Some of them won't even come into the game. So if you're going to tailgate, I'm going to make you pay a premium just to tailgate. That's $400 to $500, right? RV lot might be $500, car lot $350 or whatever. However you do that. But the prices on that is going to shoot up. Why? Because we make money off of that. You don't make money off tailgate at the Magic City Classic at Legion Field, but you will make money off of it being at your home stadium. So you got to make it make sense, right? All the other tailgating could be $150 or $100 for cars, $200 for RVs, but not that day. On that day, no sirree, Bob, we doubling everything. Might even triple that mug. Okay? So that is all the avenues of what it is. Now, we will have to work on entrances, right? I actually do love Alabama A&M's entrance because it's really easy. It's probably one of the easiest ones, right? Once again, got to work on concessions. I think there needs to be car payments. I don't remember if I had to pay cash at Alabama A&M, but I do believe there needs to be a card system in place for purchases. Makes that go a lot faster when it comes to concessions. All right. I do love that Alabama A&M does have like food trucks outside. I would definitely bring in food trucks. That area that usually the radio station is right on the home side of the field. They usually have like a radio booth and everything like that for the homecoming. I would literally block that off, all right, and make it all food trucks for Huntsville, right? Because at the end, so really what I would do is I would have the food trucks pay me to be on the lot. Why? Because concessions is going to be overcrowded because of the simple fact of, you know what I'm saying? It's the Magic City Classic is going to be huge, right? So we're gonna flood that area. And if anybody's been to Huntsville, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Right in front of the home stands, there's like a little grass field, and then it's all concrete. That whole area, even the street going down, would be all food trucks. Right? And I would make the food trucks pay to be on the lot, right? So that, but it does help with concessions, right? So if you want to go out for homecoming, right? You go out for halftime, you go out, get you some food. The vendors stay out there all day. You get you some food, come on in, whoop-de-whoop, you good, right? So it will be an easy pass to go in and out, right? There'll still be security there to check your ticket, make sure you're good, but you can like maybe have a wristband and make sure you're good to go out, come in, and whatever. All right, something like that. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to flood your concessions and it'd be like how I was at Jackson at the Soul Bowl, where it was like a 2-hour wait. It was literally like a 2-hour wait for a hot dog at Jackson. It's ridiculous. All right, so those are just some of the things that I would do at Alabama. I would open the parking up on the opposite side. So how Huntsville is set up, there's a street that goes through Alabama A&M. I would open the parking up on that field, right? So there's like a field, and I would open the parking up on that side as well. What else? I would talk to the city about parking, charging. Listen to me very carefully. I would talk to the city about charging to park at the park across from A&M. We would split the revenue 50-50. All right. So I would have somebody out there. There's a park. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Ty. If the stadium is here, there's literally a park across the median. All right. There's a park across the median. I would talk to the city and say, hey, I want to charge for parking there. We will split it 50-50. All right. We will split, or 60-40, whatever. I would try to get money from that because it's too easy for people to park there and walk across the median, because I did it. That's exactly what I did. All right. Me and Key, we parked there, walked across the median, and walked into the homecoming game when they played Jackson. All right. So that's what I would do there. So I would try to make sure we got payment for that park. What else for A&M? Yeah, I think that's about it. And then, try to do shuttles and as best as you can or whatever. But yeah, you just listen, man. You just got to come up with creative ways. You got to partner with certain places, man. Like if you partner with certain places down the street, maybe they'll let you use their lot, right? So you're like, hey, charge $40 to park, right? And let's split it. So I would just try to partner with different businesses to own their parking, right? To see if because some of them are going to say no, because they're like, yo, we can make money. We can make the $40 whole. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, but why not try to partner with them so you can kind of make money off of that as well? I wouldn't you know what? Maybe. You know what? I don't know how Huntsville is. I don't know how. Ooh, thank you. Okay. Let's stay with me, right? Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Huntsville. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. All right. Let me see. Alabama A&M Stadium, football stadium. I'm gonna try to see so you guys can get a better visual, because if you haven't gone to a Huntsville game, you won't kind of know what I'm talking about. Let me see. All right. Let me see images. Let me see. So, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. So, let me bring this up. All right. So, look. So, this is how A&M is set up. Right? You see the 2-lane street, right? You see how the median is right there? You see this median right here? Hopefully you guys can see my thing, right? The median, I would block this off. I would block this street off, or that it's 2-lane both ways, right? So I would block this off and make that an expressway. And if you go further down, you're able to turn in to Alabama A&M. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. All right. So yeah, that's the part. Yeah. So you're able to, so I would block this median off on the third way. I would leave. You can't block that up. I would talk to the city. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta talk to the city and see if I would try to block this street off, right? I either block one lane up. I would try to use one lane or not. You know what I'm saying? So I would try to, because these both are 2 lanes. So what I would do is I would try to block one lane off from this median point and make that an expressway to get into the game. Because at the end of the day, the city wants the same thing. Now, let me help you guys out real quick, right? So let me see. Save image. File. Let me get y'all out my stuff. Y'all in my business. Let me see this real quick. File. Downloads. Let me see if I can. What happened to that? Let me see. Let me see. File. All right, so let me see. Present, share screen. Let me get this up for y'all real quick. All right, so right here, right? So let me zoom into this. So right here, this is where I will put the vendor truck at, right? So you have, right, if you see right in front of the stadium right here, all right, it says prime vending. Like I would put all the food trucks will go right in front of the stadium right here to help out with concessions and all that type of stuff, right? And then you have the new campus thing is over here and all that type of stuff. But yeah, man, so it's just coming up with creative ways to make it work. All right, but I would just work with the city to plan accordingly, because you have a year. Like if let's say you don't have a year this year if you don't agree to it, but let's just say next year you do your home and home, right? Well, you pretty much have a year from the next football game to that football game to make it work, because that's going to homecoming and the Mac City Classic are going to be your two biggest games whenever they're home and home, if they go home and home, right? So it's just having that process in place. You literally take your homecoming and you just add it times 2, because that's how much bigger the event's going to be. But at the end of the day, that's just my little 2 cents, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So I just think you got to figure out ways to be creative. Maybe on the back side of the stadium, because over here, maybe the street that is on the back side of A&M on the other side of campus, maybe that street will be the expressway, right? Because you're able to go. There's 2. So if A&M Stadium is right in the middle, oh, my bad. All right, so A&M Stadium is right in the middle, right? It's right in the middle. You have a street over here that cuts the campus in half, and then you have that Parkway Street. Maybe if you use that street closer to campus, maybe you can use that as expressway, where only shuttles and VIP members are able to get access to, or whatever, and then you tell other cars to kind of go back the other way. However you want to do it, right? However you want to do it. So just different ideas. You just got to think about it like that, because y'all don't have all the streets in the world, but just, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So that's just my little 2 cents. At the end of the day, man, listen, there's multiple opportunities, multiple possibilities to make this thing happen. All you got to do is think outside the box. I think at the end of the day, you got to listen, man. Inflation is real. All right. Inflation is real. And explain to me how everything around HBCUs go up, but the ticket prices. You can't even make that make sense. Nobody in this chat can make that make sense. Nothing that you have on right now cost the same 10 years ago. Jordans don't cost the same 10 years ago. Nike does not cost the same 10 years. Nothing. Food, nothing. So how can you have a legit argument of why you're not raising ticket prices? Life is inflation. The reason that people tell you that putting your money in a savings account with like 0.5% is useless, because it doesn't outgrow inflation. It doesn't outgrow inflation. That is basic finance. That's basic business. Right? So explain to me how, at the end of the day, you're continuing to say, we're just going to pay $30. It's been $30 for 30 years. What? No, hey, listen, I love A.D. Bryant. I think A.D. Bryant is, in my opinion, I think he's innovative. I think he's creative. I think he's like right below Swag Diddy. Okay? He's right below Swag Diddy. So that's just my personal opinion when it comes to that. All right? But yeah, so it's nothing. I'm not bashing A.D. Bryant. I mean, he hasn't even been there long enough to really make a lot of changes. But at the end of the day, listen, all A.D. Bryant needs to do is this, right? Is that for next year, he is preparing you guys for the ticket increase. You know how AD Bryant is. Hey, Bulldog Nation, this is your AD, Paul Bryant. That's what he needs to be doing. He needs to be, hey, Bulldog Nation, just giving you a heads up. Okay? Next year, ticket prices is going up. Be prepared. Be prepared. And you just keep repeating that same message. Ticket prices is going up. Be prepared. And the way AD Bryant going to get down, he going to tell you where that money is going. He's going to tell you what they're looking to do with the increase of funds. That's how AD Bryant gets down. He is very transparent. Shout out to AD Bryant and shout out to the SID. All right? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So you're good. I'm just talking about everybody. Everybody needs to start raising their prices. Unless you're PV, you only got 10 fans. Don't worry about it. And Bethune-Cookman. Okay, let me just tell you the schools that can't be raising prices. Bethune-Cookman. Nobody gives a damn. Don't raise your prices. Keep them the same. PV. You got 10 fans. Nobody gives a damn. Okay? Keep your prices the same. Valley. Hey, I love you. Ain't nobody coming to see y'all. Okay? Keep your prices the same. Okay? I'm just letting you know what it is. I'm just letting you know what it is. I'm not, listen. UAPB. Hey, listen. Keep your prices the same. Okay? With the big boys, Southern, listen. Don't even get me started on Jackson. Listen. I don't give a damn. Listen. Don't even get me started on Jackson. Them ninjas are so dumb. They dropped a major bag. I would have been shooting them prices. Boy, listen. You would have had to sell a kidney to get into the Jackson State game. Okay? You would have had to sell a kidney to get into the Jackson State game if I was the AD in that mug. I'm telling you right now, them jokers would have went bananas. I would have been charging like $200 for general admission. I'm not playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I would have, what? We would have been, I'm telling you, you would have had to sell your pinky toe to get into the Jackson State game. If I was the AD, shit. You would have had to debate if you was going to pay your rent or come to a Jackson game. So when I tell you, don't be like them, don't be like them, okay? Don't be like them. Because I would have, boy, listen, I'm trying to tell you, Bama's would have been having to make life choices to come to Jackson State games because them tickets would have been like $250, $200, easy. Easy. Okay? I don't give a damn if we got potholes galore. You gonna bump your ass to this game for $200. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Sitting by the band, that would have been $200. Because you got the students, because you know, the way Jackson is set up is like everybody tries to get in there early because there's like no assigned seating, right? All the assigned seating is like the lower deck. That shit's like $50. Lower, let me tell you, man. Let me, you know, it wouldn't be an off-script show if I wasn't bashing Jackson State, right? So the priority seating at Jackson was like $50 when I went to the Soul Bowl. It was like $50, something like that. And that's where you can walk in and say, hey, that's my seat. That's my seat. Everything else is first come, first serve, right? Everything else is first come, first serve. You know what I'm saying? You get there, you sit there, it's your seat, right? And you don't move until you move, right? Listen. The priority seating would have been like $125, $150. Priority seating would have been like $150. And general admission would have been like $100. I'm not shitting y'all. I'm telling you right now. I would have came up so fast on Dion. Man, I would have been in the back like this. I'd have been in the back like one of them crooked passes. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. I would have came up so fast on niggas in Jackson, it would have blew your mind. That last year, as soon as we would have got Travis Hunter, the ticket prices would have went up again. Oh my God, I'm telling you. As soon as Travis Hunter did like this, it took his sweater off, ticket prices went up again. Ticket prices went up again. They was 150, now they 200. Boy, shit, y'all playing with me. Y'all is playing with me. Listen, everybody in Jackson State Sports Administration doing budgeting needs to be fired. Everybody, okay? Every single body, because them niggas dropped the biggest bag on the planet. Now, what you think, Okay. Y'all think I'm lying? What you think Colorado gonna do? Now, mind you, Colorado went 1-11 last year. What you think them ticket prices gonna look like this year? And tell me Jackson didn't drop. And tell me Jackson didn't drop a bag. Tell me Jackson did not fumble the bag. Now, mind you, according to Jackson, they hold 60K, right? Colorado holds 40K. I'm just saying. That's all. Y'all can take it how you want to, right? Y'all get no. It's the season tickets. Season tickets are sold out. All right. Season individual tickets aren't sold out. Season tickets are sold out. All right. Thank you, Miss Tiffany. Thank you, Miss Tiffany. Them prices gonna cost you a kidney. Now, I don't know how this gets turned to Jackson, but I love it anyway, right? This is the problem for me. This is what's so wrong with the HBCU community. I won't say HBCU. I won't say that. I apologize. This is what I have problems with individual schools, right? I won't say that. Well, it's pretty much HBCU. This is my problem. Now, the financially strapped school didn't raise ticket prices. Stay with me. Stay with me. The financially strapped school, the one that has all their alumni consistently raising money just to buy field equipment, they didn't raise ticket prices. But the state school of Colorado, which has been ass for the last 10 years, has raised ticket prices. I'm going to leave y'all with that one. Hey, man, I just want y'all to think about that. I just want y'all to think about that. The school with financial issues didn't raise ticket prices. The school that is funded correctly did raise ticket prices. I'm going to just let y'all keep that one. I'm going to let y'all keep that one. That's it. Scotty, you obviously have not had to deal with black people and money. They won't buy like talking. Okay. They would have bought regular tickets. They would have bought regular tickets. Even if black people don't buy season tickets, they would have bought regular tickets. So miss me with that. Mr. D, I'm gonna go to you and then I'm gonna get up out of here. What's up, Mr. D?
Hey, what's up, Scotty? Hey man, great show. I like your idea of home and home. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach out to the mayor of Montgomery to see if he can partner with the mayor of Huntsville and trying to do that Magic City Classic, home and home.
Hey, listen, Mr. D.
So I'm gonna reach you.
I know you got a lot of pull. Just let me be now, mind you, let me be a spokesman. That's all I ask. Let me come down. You know what I'm saying? Let me be a spokesman. Let me get a little,
Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you a little something. So the African American Conference of Mayors was just in D.C. last week.
Uh-huh.
So I wish I would have known it because I had lunch with his staff. So I think it's better to do that home and home Magic City Classic, up the prices, everybody makes money, and it's good for both schools. So I'm gonna reach out to them and then I'll let you know where we're going with that. Okay.
All right, too easy. Appreciate it, Mr. D.
All right, later.
Listen, man. half of this is my idea. How I not get credit and half of it's my idea? Jess, what we talking about? I ain't asked to be the spokesman of the State Fair Classic, which I barely put on TV. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You lucky I haven't got that contract yet. You know what I'm saying? I'll break that joker down. Probably trash too. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I think listen, I should be a spokesman of the Magic City Classic. Half of this shit was my idea. Okay? Half of it was my idea anyway. So let's not play this game. So stop it, sir. Stop it, ma'am. Okay? Let's not say we did. I wanted to say something. What I wanted to say. Man, see, messing with Jess, bro, made me lose my train of thought, man. Somebody said it's not gonna happen. I'll say never say never. Never say never, because I think people are getting smarter. All right. I think people are getting smarter. I think people are seeing the money that's getting pushed around in sports, and the smart people in the administration want to get a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, we're gonna see what it is. Oh, thank you, Reese. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, my boy. Because that's what I wanted to talk about. Somebody said, I think the truth, right? The truth was like, truth said something about black people not having money. Let me go back to that. And I'm gonna get up out of here. All right, here we go. Scotty, you obviously have not had to deal with black people and money. They won't buy like you're talking about. Let me just say this, right? Let me just say this. Come in close. Come in close. If you haven't been to an HBCU game and seen how black people flex at these HBCU games, you don't know what money looks like. And let's be honest, most black people go to events to do what? To stunt. There's a lot of money. Y'all Bama's be acting like HBCU graduates don't got no money. Me and Jess had a 2-hour conversation. Oh, we HBCU graduates, we in debt, and we in this, and we in that, and we in that. Nigga, them Bama's got money. Now, maybe she in debt because she just got out of school now recently. So maybe she in debt. You know what I'm saying? But listen, black people have money. RVing and tailgating is not cheap. Okay? You should see some of these productions at these tailgates. They are not cheap. I'm looking at trying to buy me an RV. They start at like $150. They're not cheap. Okay? So even if they rentals, they probably like $300 a day. Okay, they probably like $300 a day. I'm not speaking on your funds. You did tell me you was in debt. You said most of our graduates, most of my people that I've graduated with, we're in debt. We're in student loan debt. You said that. Don't act like you didn't. You said it just like that. Most people that come out, that graduated, they got student debt. So they can't be doing all this that you asking about, Scotty. They got student debt. You said it just like that. You said it just like that, right? And if she call in, you're going to hear her voice and she's going to be like, now, Scotty. Now, I don't like you mocking me, but that's exactly how she said it. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you, Mr. Reynolds. Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. My point exactly. Tailgating and RVing ain't cheap. Okay? So, I'm just curious about where black people don't have this money. Black people pay for what they want to pay for. Okay, let's talk, because y'all, I got time. It's coming close. I gotta check on my daughter, and I gotta go. She's sleeping. I gotta go pick my kids. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get up out of here. Okay. She ain't gonna call in because she got debt, and she probably I'm at work. I'm at school. She got some. Anyway, all right. Anyway. Let me say this, right? I went to Alabama A&M homecoming, right? I went to Alabama A&M's homecoming, And that's when the massacre happened, right? The Jackson State and all that, the massacre, right? So I'm on the sideline, right? And I'm talking about Bama's dressed to the what was that? As long as I got my suit and tie, I'm gonna leave it on the floor tonight. Like, I'm talking about Bama's is dressed down. I'm talking about J's, Amiri pants, you know what I'm saying? Amiri sweaters and hoodies. Girl clothes don't really cost that much. They be getting that drink from like Forever 21 and Rainbow, and girls be getting like pants for like $5 on Fashion Nova. So girls stuff don't cost a lot. But boy stuff costs a lot of money. Okay? Amiri pants, Jordans, all type of stuff. Now, girls gonna put their money in their hair, right? So girls got frontals, lace wigs, baby hair snatched, nails look like they got 7-foot wingspan, you know what I'm saying? Glitter and all that type of stuff. That stuff ain't cheap. Okay? It ain't cheap. Them girls probably spent like $300 to $400 on their hair. On their hair. That is on their head. That ain't even theirs. Are you following me? Are you following me? But you complaining because you don't want to pay $80 for a ticket? Bamas are putting on Jordans that cost $200 to $300 on their foot, right? Bamas are paying, I pay $45 for a haircut. That's more than an HBCU ticket. You see what I'm saying? The shit is backwards. The shit is backwards. But all of a sudden, everybody want to be up in arms for a raise in ticket prices. But when your barber tell you it's 50, not 40 anymore, damn, all right, man, I'm going to roll with it. Plus a tip. You know what I'm saying? When you go by, I don't know what's hot now. I feel like an old man. True Religion or Amiri or Psalms Angel or whatever the shit these kids wear nowadays, right? $100 jeans, $150 shirt. Just what Kanye West said it perfect. I spent $300 on this just to be like, nigga, you ain't up on this. That's all it is. That's all it is. But we can't spend $80 on a ticket? Man, take that shit somewhere else and take that mindset somewhere else. I don't believe it, man. I don't believe it, man. Sit that shit all the way down, okay? I'm about to get up out of here. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.